Yeah, from seasonal fragrances to seasonal recipes. That's what we're all about in the kitchen right now. But before we even get started, Ryle,
yes.
I don't know if you checked out one of Uncle Tabsy's latest posts on Twitter.
I might not.
So he says, do you ever just like wake up in the morning in your undies, just like hop into the car and go to the drive-through because, you know, it doesn't matter anyway, you know? And then, have you? And then he goes, is it just me?
So you're asking me if I've woken up and just not cared about anything in the world?
Just like in your undies. And then you get into your car and then drive to the drive-through and then go back home with whatever you've ordered. No, Uncle Tabsy, it's just you. I'm sorry. It's just you. We know.
But he's definitely setting a bar there, and it might be a new trend. I'm gonna try that out, baby. Why not?
He's setting a bar?
Well, okay, not a bar, maybe a stool. He's setting a stool.
This just keeps getting worse. Let's get into the recipe, okay?
Yes.
Now, of course, spring has most certainly sprung, which is evident in the magnificent canola fields in bloom across the Western Cape in the light of spring, of course, and the vast array of produce available as a result as well. So we present to you the BWELL Seasonal Spring Soup, and it's a beautiful, lighter, broth-based variety of soup which is filled to the brim with fresh vegetables ranging from onions and asparagus and barley to broad beans, all blended together perfectly with BWELL canola and olive oil. And if you have a look at this spread of ingredients, this is just, it speaks health. It shouts health in your face.
It does, Kat. It speaks health, of course. So head over to expressoshow.com where we're going to be showing you all the incredible reasons as to why we're creating a fragrance in the kitchen, which you all are going to just absolutely love.
A deliciousness.
And yeah, we've got some fresh ingredients. It's synonymous with spring, of course. So we've got some spring chives and all those flavorful and fun ingredients. And yeah, we're going to go straight into it. So what we're doing is starting off with our master ingredient. We've got the canola and olive oil blend. So I'm going to pop that into a pot here, and we're going to start off by just kind of browning our mushroom and our onion, all right? So this is the fun part. This is where you get that little sizzle. There it is, which I love so much. And another point is, don't be afraid when you are putting your onion and you're starting that browning process, especially when it comes to a soup. It's fine to get that burn and that brownness, because what's going to happen later on when we chuck the veg in, it's going to get lifted up from all that veg and that heat. So it's just going to add some flavor and some love in.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I thought we were making soup here.
What do you mean? We're in the kitchen, you're always making all the good things in life, and food is just one of them. Yeah.
Don't waste those mushrooms, bro. Like they were chopped up very finely this morning by poor Kelly.
All right, I got you. I see you loving that mushroom life.
All of them, and the onions as well. Waste not, want not, right?
I shall do so. So basically, we get this all browned up, yeah? We get this all browned up. It's really smelling so good.
Yeah, the flavor base of any good soup.
And then we're going to start dumping in some of these fresh ingredients, right? So we've got barley over here, really good carb. It's a whole grain as well, so it's got some fiber in it. So we're really going to benefit quite well from that. We've got some celery over here as well. Again, some fiber. This is going to add some value, and it's a good green, keeping it alkaline. Some carrots, of course. It's good for the eyesight. I love these, of course. Bugs Bunny does too as well. It's good for the teeth. And then we've got some what looks like chives, I would say. It's a very potent ingredient. Adds some of that flavor, balances all of these ingredients out, so you've got that acidity, the texture, and everything else.
Those are actually leeks.
Are they leeks? Wow, I didn't even know my own ingredients here. I thought I was adding chives, but leeks will do. Leeks will do.
Chives are very thin. Like they're very, very thin.
All right, so
small kind of greens.
What are we gonna do now is chuck all of these master ingredients in. So the barley goes in here. And then I like to be flamboyant sometimes, but let's be cultured and use a spoon, Kat. You know, I like to just. I'm the kind of guy in the kitchen. I'll just go for the 3-point shot.
Oh my word! I'm sure South Africa's waiting to see that happen.
And then, of course, I'm gonna add some of the garlic into here.
That is like the scent of cooking. Whenever you walk into somebody's kitchen and there's garlic in the air, you know we're cooking.
Name one thing in the kitchen that you wouldn't use garlic with.
Wow, ice cream?
Fine, you win. And then lastly, Kat, I just put some thyme into this as well. So we're just stirring this all up. And then I've got a beautiful, just to add to the trend, we haven't used any meat so far, so we're keeping it nice and vegan. I've got a vegan chicken stock here, which is just the most incredible addition.
There you go.
And it's going to bring everything to life. And of course, we're getting that broth into this. Yeah.
An actual kind of interesting thing that Nicole, who's kind of like the master of our kitchen here alongside Kelly, told us is that if you have a look at the ingredients of stocks, all stocks are actually vegan because they're flavored, the cubes that is, the stock cubes, they're flavored in order to mimic the flavor, in this case, of the chicken or whatever the case may be. But if you have a look at what's in the cubes, it's all vegan.
Don't you think it's crazy how they can replicate such powerful and vivid flavors?
Like, how do you make chicken flavor?
Where do you start?
What does chicken flavor consist of? Do you know what I mean?
Like eating feathers.
What do you mean it's like eating feathers? No.
I don't know, I'm just saying, where do you start?
wait, Ryle, have you eaten feathers before? Do you want to tell us something?
So one time I had a rough night in bed, sleeping on my own, and the pillow just burst open in the duvet, so I was like, well, I woke up with like some feathers on me, man. Doesn't that ever happen? You got a nightmare and you're screaming, ah! And then the pillow explodes.
And you chewed? Okay, let's just get on with the rest of the recipe.
All right,
Cool.
Kat, so while we were having our debate, the soup's been simmering here, so I put it on nice and low, and now I'm going to add that sort of top-off ingredient.
Yeah,
this
but at
is
home
really,
you let it simmer for about 30 minutes.
about 30 minutes or so, and you don't want to over-cook it as well. You don't want to get like purely mush. You still want to have some vibrance, some of that fiber still playing along with the meal. And now we're going to add some of our real flavorful ingredients. And this is where you can get a little bit, I guess, creative.
Yeah.
So if you don't like something like asparagus, as example, I'm obviously chucking this in. You don't have to use that as an ingredient. Again, these are the things that you don't necessarily want to overcook. We don't want to get it too mushy. I like the crunch. I'm adding courgettes here. Courgettes. You almost caught me out again.
Well, if you like. Courgettes are also available in store. Courgettes.
So courgettes are like really, they're like manly courgettes, you know, like the hard, rock solid.
Yes, sir. Okay. What else you got?
All right, and then we're just gonna put some beans in here. We've got some broad beans and some green beans as well, which I love to just keep crunchy.
And
so
some
those are
peas as
leaving
well,
like right at the end, and some peas as well. Thank you very much, Kat. And then of course, Swiss chard.
Yay.
Yes, Swiss chard. You like the pronunciation?
Your courgettes and your Swiss chard. Get it in there.
All right, so Kat, that is pretty much it. I mean, what we're gonna do at the end is obviously top it off with some salt.
Yeah.
You know, you do the thangs there, and then a little bit of pepper just to balance that out. And again, like I said, we've obviously had most of the veg cooking for about 30 minutes and getting nice and soft and creating that beautiful broth.
Yeah.
And then we just topped it off with that crunchiness and brought it to life with all those greens. And then fast forward into the future, voila! You have your beautiful,
it looks really good.
Your beautiful soup. Obviously, it's vegan. It's got all the essentials, all the minerals, all the broth and the goodness that you need to just power you.
Just a little touch of magic, though. We've got, of course, our beautiful home farm here. So I'm going to take some of these
nice addition.
microgreens.
You know, we never use this home grow enough, and I love this full spectrum light growing in here. You don't even have to use any freaking soil. It's just straight out of the pan.
So I'm just going to get, and obviously the nice thing is that because they've been grown hydroponic style, so you can just kind of take them right off there. There you go. There you go. You don't even need to wash them. Boom, just like that.
Beautiful, beautiful indeed. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful stuff. Make sure you get those courgettes for this recipe as well. But you can check it out on expressoshow.com, and if you missed any of the steps in us making this, take a quick look at this.
Go get your courgettes.
Be well. Love, food, life.